Yeah.
So having boundaries is fine. Like,
You look horrified.
I am, mate.
honestly,
Do you know what it is though? Because my daughter is now like 16, isn't it?
So
That's why I brought it out.
So for me, I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. That would.
Dad,
What?
I love you, Dad.
Oh, okay. Love you too.
Welcome back to Relatable Dads Unscripted, figuring out fatherhood one honest conversation at a time. My name is Ruel.
I'm AJ, and today we have a very special guest, Lloyd from the Man Cave.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me back.
I'm gonna put a sound over.
Me dirty one in somewhere.
What? Why you gotta go there for already?
Already? That was just a soundbite.
Okay.
I didn't say anything.
Alright, so the reason we have Lloyd from the Man Cave on is because when I started this journey of setting up a podcast, I said to Ruel, I was like, there's Andy's Man Club and the Man Cave. I want one of them to be an affiliate or some kind of something to do with us along the way, because our demographic is dads. They're very much Milton Keynes based. I'm gonna let him explain what he does and everything else. And then I was walking in the gym and I see this guy in a Man Cave t-shirt. I was like, yo!
I think it might have been this t-shirt, man.
It might have been. It
This
still
is
smells
exactly-
of it still.
Yeah, I don't wash.
You probably changed it.
No, I don't. I've been wearing this since the last time I saw you, though. I don't have clothes, what are you talking about?
I'll just wear Paramount.
Yeah.
Fair. So yeah, I went up to him and I was like, yo, are you part of the Man Cave? And he was like, yeah, like I'm the director. I was like, whoa! I need to talk to you, bro.
Yeah, we're
So
the whole set, man.
yeah, pretty much. I annoyed him.
I was just trying to just get
I
some
was like,
reps.
I
in.
ain't got no time to do nothing now.
So I told him about what we were doing and what we were trying to achieve, and I said what we want to do with the Man Cave, and he was like, yeah, I'll happily jump on, and then led to this conversation now, which is a great follow-on from our last week's conversation, which was about men's mental health. So do you want to introduce yourself, the Man Cave, and what you do yourself?
So I am the director of Man Cave. I wasn't the founder, so there was another gentleman who actually set it up. And I'm so grateful that he did. His name's Scott Porter. All respect to him.
He's a great guy as well.
He's so sound.
I knew him previously.
Yeah, I think you mentioned when you were
Yeah.
speaking to me. And he founded it because he was familiar. He's had a very challenging journey, and he has taken so much accountability and tried to make all the moves that he needs to make in order to get himself in a place of being good. And that's quite challenging, especially when you don't know what the direction is.
Yeah.
So he was in Dubai, and he's got a thing. He wants to skydive. He wants to become a skydiving instructor. That's eventually one of his goals. And he was actually in Dubai. He loves it. So he was up. I can't remember whether he was on the ground thinking about skydiving, or he was about to go, or he was in the sky. But he was already like, I missed the rooms. So he was referring to like AA, NA. But he was also like, actually, the challenges with those rooms is that you always have to talk about the substances and not the actual errors, the issues. And he likes to say that substances aren't the problem, they're the solution. You're using them to fix other things. And he was like,
That's so true as well.
and it's literally exactly on the money. And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna look for a room which isn't just about substances and about mental health generally. Couldn't find it. So and his Man Club was like north in the country. It weren't quite near us yet. So he was like, cool, I'm gonna make my own. And then I got involved very early on, and that was 2.5 years ago now. And he has since left because his mental health challenge had to look a little different. So he took his leave.
Why did you get involved? Like, did you have your own mental health challenges?
Do you know what? In all honesty, I'm quite. I keep it very simple. So I don't tend to have my own particular challenges, other than realistically like burnout. I'm always doing too much. And it's always, I'm just like, yeah, cool, let's do more. And because I'm always quite like positive in my disposition, it impacts my ability to recognize stress. Like, I could be mashed up and I don't know, because I'm not. I was speaking to one of my clients yesterday. He was like, I'm not quite having this conversation, and everything he's saying is stressing him out. And then he's like, oh, no, I'm not that stressed. And I was like, because you don't see it as a problem. And we all look at stress as, okay, the things that are a problem. But if they're not things that feel like problems, it doesn't mean they're not causing stress. Looking after your kids, trying to get dinner sorted, trying to get to work on time, like remembering everything you need to do in a day. It's all little bits of stress, and got that compounding effect. So for me, with all the stuff that I was doing, realistically, the only real mental health challenge I'll have is recognizing stress and managing my behavior to reflect and be preemptive, because I'm quite chaotic. I'm pretty sure I've got ADHD, but regardless, yeah, I'm quite sound. And so I thought, you know what, being in such a good position, and also being like, so at that point I was very much in the infancy of even thinking about becoming a counsellor. I was already a coach, so I was like doing coaching, had clients, and I was doing workshops and stuff. And
What kind of coaching?
so it was, I used to call myself the charisma coach. And it was all
You're
about...
hitching it, alright?
Well, no, do you know what? It was about communication. So it was
This guy teaching people how to...
No.
Can I just have this little point here, yeah? My Facebook name, back in the day, used to be AJ Hitch Card. That used to be my Facebook name. And I
you
was
thought you
referred
were
to
some sort of hitch?
As Hitch.
Huh? No, I used to love Will Smith, innit? Until we slapped shit out of
Chris Rock.
But I used to like Will Smith.
That was the turning point.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't stand it. He's bully, innit? By the way, we've got an episode called Bullying. Check it out. But yeah, so...
Nice plug.
That's good. That's good. But no, my name on Facebook used to be called Hitch. And then, like, people used to refer to me as Hitch back in the day, obviously.
Yeah. And do you know what?
You were
Realistically,
Hitch, yeah? Charisma coach, yeah?
I was teaching people how to communicate, and it did evolve into like a dating coach.
Bro, you get me Eva Mendes, I will leave Dan right now.
Right.
I'm joking, baby.
On record.
I'm joking.
On record. Mate, that's going to be a testimonial. I'll see what I can do, bro. I'll see what I can do.
Hook you up.
But it did evolve. It went from communications coaching, which was connection coach, and then it went to dating coaching, which was, it was charisma coach, then it was connection coach. And basically, I was helping people mend relationships. Ultimately, that's what it was. And then...
Oh, bruv, you were like 2 years too late for me.
I'm sorry, man. You should have followed me back then, man. And
we're on fire today. We're on fire today.
oh, man. I think you guys need to book in a session.
You know what it is? It's this.
Oh, mate, this is not good. This episode, I'm sweating. I thought this was going to be a peaceful episode.
Do you know what I was thinking as well? After we spoke last, I was like, yeah, we're going to keep it.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not happening. Get us free in the room, it's a problem.
It's the Red Bull.
It's that damn shiny dome, bro. Like,
Why are you going for me?
because my eyesight, I have to take my glasses off.
This is stress.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It's
See,
also-
that's you
it's
need to book a
also
session.
boiling in
You need to
here.
book a session.
Alright, come. We'll speak after.
It's boiling in here as well. We've got the little candle going.
And that's where all the heat's
That's
going.
it.
I don't know why we can't
I went there,
candle.
bro. I looked at it. I went there.
I don't know why I put a candle in here, right? But I just thought,
Ambiance.
This is how men dress sets. They're like, yeah, we're gonna got a finger sign to decorate.
put a candle in there.
A singular candle, which is melted to shit. Like it's all the way at the bottom. It's not even brand new. They found that in the cupboard.
It ain't even smelling or nothing.
And then you got
That's
this
a
kind of
good
monster
smelling
right
one,
there.
bro.
Oh, it's not even smelling.
That is, it's good. Man, you know,
Can you smell
It
it?
smells like fire.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
It smells like I just burnt my nostril hair. Is what it smells like.
It's so hot.
Oh
Mate,
my god.
I am sweating. We're gonna have to do this topless, you know?
Wow, boy! I was about to go get back in. I was like, yeah, reset that, let's get back in. I'm not.
No. Alright.
Alright, let's go.
Serious.
Yeah, Carol, back to what you're saying. So you basically hooked up a load of guys with your missus.
What? Who's missus?
Is that what happened? Did you?
No, listen, I was, so,
You got a fat white boy that Eva Mendes.
yeah, basically that happened, and then everyone's mental health was crap, and then I got involved in counselling.
No, alright, let's get back serious.
Back to serious.
Where was I? At what point?
It's because it's hot and we've had Monster. I swear.
You've had Monster.
Only
Don't
you
talk
had
about
Monster.
it. I've had Monster. Yeah.
I haven't had
Alright, cool,
Monster
whatever.
today.
Have you had a coffee?
No, I just had like 4 eggs and toast. But I have just been to the gym, which is probably why I sweat. Also, this t-shirt, I decided to put this
Sprayed on.
It is a bad idea.
It's not coming
It's
up.
Corey's.
Really bad idea.
We are digressing
I'm not
again
sure.
real quick. Right,
It's
real quick.
you, you know.
Real
We're
quick.
usually staying on topic.
Nah, that's not me. Don't blame me. That's crazy. Listen, let me explain.
Right.
Let me explain. So I was a connection coach. I was talking about mending people's relationships, and then my focus become relationships with themselves. People being kinder to themselves,
Yeah.
and then
I think that's very important.
I think so. I think it's actually great. It's one of the most underrated relationships you ever have, because the one person you're going to be responsible for forever, even when you have children, is yourself. when your kids are grown up and they're adults, they are then responsible.
I like
for
that.
themselves.
I
Do you know
like
how many
that.
times I've hotted people up for speaking badly about themselves?
It's mad.
And there's a famous quote from Bruce Lee, which is like,
I think I know you know.
you cast spells on yourself, you speak negatively to yourself.
Yeah.
And there was a girl, I was in the pub, I come uncle, like proper African
It's like
uncle.
proper affirming.
Yeah, like this girl, she was like, oh yeah, like I picked this course because I'm a bit stupid. I was like, whoa!
Yeah, you can't.
Hotted her up. I was like, don't say that. Like, never speak badly about yourself. And I literally got this Bruce Lee quote out and I was like,
It's because your body doesn't know that they say your body doesn't know that you're joking.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah,
speak
yeah.
bad of yourself because your body doesn't know
hate
that.
it.
Your brain doesn't care what it
my
is,
daughter tried
only
to
what
do
it
it the
looks
other day.
like.
I hotted my daughter up. My daughter
I'm
tried to say
terrible.
that she was,
I'm terrible for it.
Whilst I'm in the gym, I literally my whole thing in the gym is you're an absolute pussy. Get on with it.
no, but that's
That's
different.
literally what I'm like.
That's the
24/7.
Is it?
That is. I do that. I'm like, come on, card, you got this. Come on, card, you
No,
got
I'm
this.
not. You got this. I'm like, mate, you're just a wimp. Like, sort
Yeah, but
yourself out.
that's
Kick this damn weight.
to try and get.
Yeah, yeah.
That's to try and get.
It's like
positive
putting a
reaction.
fire under your arse.
Yeah,
like,
but that's not the same as like
like
being,
you're defamation, like you're cussing yourself
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
like,
fair.
and
like,
you're
and also when people say,
self-deprecating. That's the one.
they're like, oh yeah, I'm not academic.
Yeah.
I hate that term. Anytime someone
Academic, yeah.
says,
It's basically
I'm
a
not
low-key
academic.
way I'm
so
more
you-
intelligent.
So you can't read something, take it in for like 20 seconds and regurgitate it. That's not academic.
Yeah.
That like that's the social concept of
Yeah.
education.
That's kind of how people measure it. It's the metric.
So if a car mechanic comes in and goes, oh, I'm not academic.
Yeah, but you can
Yeah,
fix
but you know how
a
to
car,
fix a
bro.
car. You're good with your hands. So
Yeah.
you're practically thinking. So it's not just the fact that I'm stupid, I'm not academic. No, you've been taught that you're stupid.
because you're not.
Because
That
you're-
intelligence isn't in this
Yeah,
space.
because they teach you in one way in school and that's it. But anytime you do any courses as an adult, they'll be like, how do you learn? Are you a practical learner? Do you learn from visual?
kinesthetic,
Do you learn
yeah.
from reading and then regurgitating it? How do you learn?
Yeah.
But they don't teach that in schools. So then you end up
I
leaving
think
school.
that's crazy that they don't do because when I did my PT course, one of the first things we learned is NLP, and it was like we talked
That's
about
perfect. That's so good.
it was so
That's
good. It was
mad.
like,
But
and the way we taught was with that same
Yeah.
concept.
But then you leave school and then because you haven't been taught the way that you learn, you then think that you're stupid.
'Cause
So
you
then
don't
you
know,
go
yeah.
through the rest of your life thinking, I'm stupid because I didn't get A star, A star, A star.
And
But
I
then
find it
if they-
struggle to learn certain things.
If they taught you in a certain way, like I know people who can regurgitate so much history because they watch documentaries after documentaries, and they're so like switched on with history and stuff like that because that's an interest and that's a passion of theirs.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you get someone but that same person got a D in history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it's because
stupid.
you have to write it down. And
Yeah, I'm
cite
stupid.
the
No, you're not
resources.
stupid. Honestly, that's one of my biggest pet peeves when people say that they're stupid. Nah.
You can breathe.
It's right, I've got a session booked in now.
Yeah.
We're doing a block, man. I was going to just do one at a time. But
No,
I think
no,
you got to pay
I
for
need
10
help.
up front. Yes, exactly.
Make him pay up front. If you
I'm
got.
absolutely going to make
Guy
it.
definitely gonna
He's
let you
only
down.
been Char grilled chicken.
How much we talking? Because
Well, listen, come to the man cave, we'll sort that out first. But yeah, like, from that, then I become a counsellor and I wanted to add value to the man cave. And that's how I got involved. And Scott had already been following my page and I hadn't realised because I was getting used to the idea of actually being an authority online, which is essentially when you're trying to become an influencer of some sort, which realistically I was trying to be an educator online, you get a following. And it's always weird because you're like, why are people listening to me? I'm just any guy. Which is calm, but at the same time, it's because you're adding value. And then this is what helped me normalize myself. Like, the level of humility I have now is like, actually, I don't mind just being any guy. Like, I'm just any man, one of 9 billion people on the planet. But the point is, our value as individuals is undeniable. Doesn't matter where we are and how it's recognised, because there's going to be spaces where we're not recognised, but there's going to be spaces where we're celebrated. And I was like, you know what, man cave is quite cool. It just popped up. One of my friends had sent me to it, and I was like, I'm about this life. And I wanted to go in there and add that. Like, I wanted to embellish the space. But what I got out of it was actually more than me or any individual therapist could do. The connection amongst the individuals within that community done a lot of the heavy lifting. You go in there, you say what you got to say, which might be heavy as fuck, and it might be really difficult to talk about, and it could be really difficult to hear. Nothing's changed. You've just said it out loud, but all of a sudden you feel lighter, you feel positive, you feel hopeful, and nothing has changed.
That sounded feels like weird. I started you off, but sometimes I struggle to sleep because I've got so many like thoughts and things going through my brain, and I'm like ideas for different business or whatever. So I can't sleep for ages. But until I figured out that if I at night time, if I have a pad by the side of my bed and I just write the ideas down, and that's the same sort of thing, is take the ideas out of your brain and put them somewhere, because a lot of the time I'm worried that I'm going to forget the ideas.
Yeah.
So then when they're out on a piece of paper, and AJ's thinking,
You permit yourself.
I actually weren't doing that, bro. You're not stupid. You just learn a different way.
You know what that's called? It's called brain dumping.
Oh, really?
That's literally what it's called. It's a therapeutic technique, and
Well, I brain dump.
Brain dump, and it's a more organised, more structured version of
The other way around.
journaling. You dump in your brain. Yeah, a more organised version is just journaling, and then what is it called? Self-disclosure. So when you are talking about yourself, when you're being vulnerable, it's called self-disclosure, and you don't actually have to do it in front of anyone. You could. There's within the tech industry called rubber ducking, and there's a story that I had. My brother he's a he used to be a concept artist, and he used to tell me about how people, when they used to troubleshoot, they used to go seek their supervisor and be like, okay, this is my problem, da 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 da. But the person speaking about the problem would figure it out in real time. They'd be like, okay, yeah, this is happening, but that's probably because this is happening. Okay, but then this is happening. Okay, but that's probably because this is happening.
Yeah, I know.
And then they'd wander off without having any input from their supervisor. But they're like, thanks, man. Like, you fucking, that's
the guy's like,
he's like, I didn't do shit.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and he just suggested, why don't you just put a figure or a rubber duck on your desk, and anytime you've got a problem, talk to it.
Yeah.
And it's essentially the same thing. In the man cave, you go into this space where no one's talking to you, no one's giving you advice, no one's answering questions. We're all just sat there listening. You say the stuff out loud, and it gives you an opportunity to hear it.
Is there a structure to the meetings?
It's a very relaxed, loose structure. It's essentially once the meeting has started, so we read out a series of rules, which include some stats around suicide. I think you mentioned the 75% of men suicides in the UK are men. That's 12 plus men a day.
84 a week. It's crazy.
And so we mentioned that we have like a moment of silence, and then we read out the rules, which is stuff like turn your phone off, please don't be intoxicated, because we don't want you to lose value in this, we don't want you to be disrespectful of the space. Ask people for permission if they are happy to have their pictures taken, so that if we put them on social media. And after that, the meeting opens, and it's a case of everyone sits there in silent, and then if someone wants to share, they say their name, they say their piece, and they shut up. People applaud, and they go next.
Out of interest, are they like we are, kind of like in a circle?
Yeah, pretty much.
You see it on the film, innit?
Yeah.
I've never been to one of these meetings,
Yeah.
so it's like, are we all just in a circle? It's
Yeah,
like,
if you look on the man cave, there's a couple of
they have
pictures.
a candle.
A fire. Like a legit fire.
Oh, that's actually sick!
Like a legit fire. No, we don't, because it's inside, so we'll burn the building down. And then
But you have a fire?
Nah,
That's actually sick!
So in the summer,
It.
in the summer, if we get the opportunity, we will start doing. We used to do a cold plunge at Blue Lagoon, and we used to have a fire pit then, and we used to play like garage, and we used to get in the water,
Bro,
freeze our
there
nose
for
off.
that.
That's what I'm saying, that's
Playing
sick.
garage.
Playing garage. We play also. We sing along. We eat. So back when there was a gentleman called Jay Hurst who was a part of it, and him and his missus, she was a part of the female counterpart, which was called the Lodge. And she used to make the sickest jacket potatoes and chili, and she used to make a vegan chili.
No, I'm out. Don't
It
like
was-
vegans.
The vegans weren't there, but the vegan chili was fine. Yeah,
The vegans
the
weren't
vegans weren't there, but the vegan chili was banging. And it was just unreal. And
They
so-
let the vegans in.
no, but once we got into the cold plunge, we drowned them. And we got out. And,
Cook 'em. Have
No,
attitude.
we didn't leave no bodily harm. We didn't. I'm confessing now.
I know you're trying to be serious
Oh
here.
shit.
On a serious note though, I mean, obviously our last episode, for those people that do follow us, our last episode was about mental health, and me and AJ both talked a lot about our own personal experiences with different things like suicide, and we both talked about our own feelings to not wanting to, but feeling like that was our only way out at points, but also the other friends that we've had that have had those experiences and lost to that experience. So having a place like the Man Cave, do you find that there is a lot of people that are that close to it? And it's still, to me, it feels like something that is going to definitely help people. But
we've had people come into the Man Cave with notes. They've been on their way to a bridge or the train track, and they were like, I've got nothing to lose, so let me try this. And they've come in, and as they've shared, they've pulled out the note, popped it on the floor. I was like, that was going to be my goodbye tonight. and that's happened multiple times. We've had people who have been in the man, because the thing is as well, this is another thing that really upsets me in terms of people.
Powerful, man.
It's mad, and people have this perception: the man cave's there, everything's all right. I can relinquish any responsibility of supporting my people. This is how people feel. But the man cave's not perfect either. It's a peer support group. You're gonna have people in there who, unfortunately, might even enable each other in some of their challenges. Like sometimes there's tough love and there's like a more compassionate, soft love, and sometimes people hide in the softness. And so some people don't actually feel any real recovery. They feel like another version of protection from the accountability. We try to hold people accountable, but you can't always do it. There's so many different people with different ideas of what support looks like. And within that, there are people who are in the man cave who get overwhelmed and confused. And so we've had members who have done so well attempt suicide. We've had people who have shown up drunk. Like, one thing that has happened, it's something that...
So, see if... Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, go ahead.
Just quickly. See if someone does turn up intoxicated about alcohol and narcotics.
Yeah.
Is it a kind of, you can't be here, you need to go away?
Realistically, if it's noticeable, if you can get away with it, we're not going to know. If you're there and we can't smell it, can't see it, who are we, right? But the point is, if you can smell it, it's going to create concern. There are recovering alcoholics there. They might be triggered. You might be disruptive. We had a guy come once and he's a very big character already, and he come drunk and he got a new tattoo on his back, he's getting his top off, he's running around the room, and it's like, dude, you can't be like this. There's newcomers here, you're intimidating them, like you're clearly not in the headspace to be able to receive whatever blessing we're able to like witness today. So you just have a very amicable, like loving word with it, because he might be going through something. I'm not gonna.
That's why I was saying, because like, that might be his point of saying, I'm like messed up drunk wise, and then like let me go and see the man cave. They might square me away, and then you lot turn around and say, I'm not saying you lot as in like, but the meeting might be like, you can't be here,
no longer
and then he goes off, and then
he feels unsupported.
Yeah.
So
that's why I was saying, like, how would you be in terms of, would you turn them away if they were intoxicated?
We would turn them away.
Okay.
Because ultimately our priority is to protect the space.
Yeah. Roger.
Ideally, okay, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. But
would you just quickly, just a caveat on that? When you turn them away, would you then would you follow up on them to make sure that
we would check in? The community would check in.
Cool.
And ultimately, because the committee we have, they've been a part of the community for the longest. Like a lot of the people we have in the leadership roles now are people who are from the community. They themselves have made breakthroughs and kind of got that stability through the man cave. So their heart's in it, they understand the culture, they know what the value is. And so that compassion that they've got, they will use that to leverage.
When you say the community, is there like a WhatsApp group or is there like So is it, what is it? Is it Facebook or WhatsApp?
It's WhatsApp. So I've got a WhatsApp group. As soon as you come to a meeting, we'll invite you to WhatsApp. You could be in if you want or not. It's overwhelming. It's crazy because a billion messages. So, and the thing is, that's not already the best thing for people. They're like, okay, overwhelmed. People are chatting. The conversation's going too fast.
So,
that
would you have?
Yeah, and I'm in the WhatsApp, but I've got it on mute.
So, within that, could you have like, because they have obviously certain with LB, the part of the running club.
It's a community, yeah.
So they have community, and then they can have separate like spin-off groups off of that.
About 20.
Could you then have like a kind of emergency call for help group to say like, I'm in a bad place right now, like, and then because then everyone could then be like, boom, let's ring this guy.
So the main core, because basically that's what the original group was.
It's got too damn big.
And now it got too big, right? So ultimately we've created all these separate groups so people can have general chit chat amongst them groups. And then if there is like an urgent message that needs to go out, what we try to encourage people to do, very much like if you were responding to a crisis, I try to encourage everyone to reach out to the people they feel supported by, not just the group. Because let's say someone on the street had a heart attack. It's no good saying someone call 999 because there's something called the bystander effect, which is there's loads of people. Someone's going to do it.
Yeah.
You have to delegate. You have to be like, you, my man, call 999.
Yeah.
You go grab a towel. You go get me Pepsi Max. Whatever it is, you need to delegate. And so I want people to get into the habit.
Not just Pepsi Max, though, other brands.
Other brands too. That wasn't a plug. I'm not sponsored. No affiliate. I don't even rate Pepsi Max. That I'm not going to definitely listen. Let me shut up before I shoot myself in the dick. Like, listen, Pepsi Max aside, it's about action, and you can't be. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make a drink. And so all these individuals who are going through that, the work is theirs. It's always going to be there. So even the guys who come up under the influence will support them. Some of us might even go walk around the block with them, go grab a coffee with them, whatever. If it means missing a man cave for us, if we're in a place that we're good, then we can prioritise someone else. Like, it should be prioritise yourself. If you're good, then help someone else. You can't help someone if you're not in a position to help.
I find that I get strength from helping others, though. Like, in terms of if I'm feeling a bit not really there, and then one of my boys rings me, and then I kind of put my own feelings to the back of my mind, and then kind of work on them and like try and help them through whatever they're going through.
That's
kind of
something I do as well.
Yeah, so I find that I know it sounds really unempathetic, but I find that it helps me build myself up because I know that I've helped somebody else.
So I was going to say, if you were to think about why you feel that way, what would it be?
Just helping others.
Just helping others.
Yeah, that's why both of us, we're personal trainers by trade. So personal training is key one, helping someone
I
else.
find that for me, so I was a pretty shy kid all the time from a young age, and everyone used to say to me, like, when I've been on TV and stuff, people would be like, oh, how do you do that? You must be really confident. I'm like, nah, not at all. And everyone thinks I'm like super confident, but like far from it. But what I do is I flip it around and try and act like I'm helping someone. So in my
nice, I like that.
I'm kind of
That's a good framing.
So I kind of, even when I'm doing PT, when I first started doing PT, I was like kind of embarrassed about doing it. So I developed this way of like, okay, if I can train someone, I can be professional and just talk to them in the training sense. And then when I was younger, that's how I would chat to girls. So I'd be like almost like, I imagine I'm training them. Do you know what I mean?
There's a benefit.
Because I could, so I basically blocked out, I blocked out what I was really feeling and
like
masked it. Masked it by doing something else, or I'm helping someone else, or I'm PTing someone else. And I've, over the years, that's how I've learned to be able to do things like we're doing now. Do you know what I mean? Because I just block it out with that sort of feeling of helping, like you say. But when you're helping someone else, like when I'm running, so like for example, I know I had a marathon runner and I'd be dying. So I just shout to the client like, "Come on!"
Yeah.
They're not even dying. I'm like, I'm
dying.
I'm dying.
You're
shouting. I'm shouting.
Like, come on! Shut your mouth! I want to tell you. Come on! I need this help. I need this.
Exactly. So exactly that. So helping others and like pushing someone else also helps push you. But I'm not sure whether that's good or bad.
So first off, helping other people and that feeling of like enrichment, they are what you would call esteemable acts. So the things that help you build self-esteem. Because what you're doing in those moments is you're evidencing your value to others. And we are social creatures. As much as everyone's like, fuck social validation, you don't need no one to love you, we all kind of want someone, almost everyone, to love us. So doing esteemable acts are actually...
Hold on, you can't say that.
Why not?
Because previous conversations, you've...
Go on, pop me up.
You know what I'm going with, right?
I know you're going with
ethical non-monogamy.
Yeah,
what's that got to do with love?
So
my man, what's that got to do with love? He still wants love.
Does my mum not love me? Does my community not love me? Do I not love you? Do I not love you? Like, if you're talking about love, sex, that's different. If you talk about companionship, that's different because they're all separate. They're synonymous. Like that.
Done you, bro.
He's good with words, isn't he? You bring out them big words, I'm like, yeah, cool.
He's like, I don't know.
It's like, whatever. I don't know.
He's combobulated me in that point. No, but it's not about like love and affection. Like, oh no, the flame is light. It's because look at it, there's just jar. There's no wax anymore. Just jar, bruv. It's just jar.
There's a fire in a jar, guys.
There's a fire in a jar.
Just leave it.
I need to spat. I'm on
Don't spit it. Put it out.
Jar, bro. Yes, protect the flame.
Let the man talk. What was sorry.
So it's about social connectivity. It's not love in because I'm not gonna deep love too much because I've got lots of philosophies on love, or rather one, and it's very different to a lot of people's. But love is the same across the board. Romantic, familial, like self-love, it's all the same. But the point is, we
doesn't like self-love. A little different.
It's
got to go there.
We put gates on it.
Yeah.
It's like we've defined. This kind of love has to look and feel like this. This kind of love has to look and feel like this. But ultimately, it's all connection.
Okay. Yeah.
And so, esteemable acts helping people creates connection. Also, there is something called helper's high, which is we've got endogenous opioids, which means basically we've got a version of a drug inside of us that it manifests when we help people. So we legit get a little bit high when we help people, but also when we see other people help each other. So if we see good things happening, we get that sense, that warm feeling. We're like, oh, that's sick, man. It's quite nice.
I get that from sports massage a lot. Like,
I think that's an orgasm.
Why have you got to go dirty?
I didn't even say nothing.
No,
I literally, there's no words come out of my
I looked
mouth.
at you and I could see it in your face.
I said nothing.
Look, watch this camera here. You watch that back. Your face. No, I was saying, that's why I like sports massage, because if I got a client that's hurt and they come to me and they're not hurt afterwards, then I'm like, I know that I had done that.
Yeah. You alleviate the pain.
Yeah, but then with personal training, 99% of the onus is on the client. So if I have a weight loss client and they're like, oh yeah, I need to lose weight, and then 99% of that is on them.
Yeah.
I can take them to water, but I can't make them drink the water.
100%.
But then with a sport, that's why I like doing sports massage, because it's like, it's all ego based.
It's also why it's all ego based.
It is, because like,
He just wants the credit.
yeah, I do, 100%. Because if you come to me and say, I want to lose weight, and
you take my fat off me.
yeah,
Like,
but
I'm gassed
really
behind
and
you.
truthfully, it was all you that done the work.
Yeah.
But if you come to me and you're like, my leg's effed, and then I'm like, alright, cool, and then I make it not be hurting anymore, and then you're like, that's so sick.
You're sick.
I done that.
You're sick.
Exactly that.
And then if I go around
I'm-
kicking in doors and
part-
breaking entry, that's your fault.
No, that's not my fault.
Oh, that's something now.
Yeah,
You say
that's
take accountability
accountability on you.
This guy.
This is the thing. I'm the same as that. One of the reasons I don't train weight loss clients, to be honest with you.
I hate weight loss
I
clients.
don't because
I hate weight
they
loss
both.
clients.
Is that fat phobia? Are you guys...
No, it's not.
No, they're just lazy fuckers, and then they don't take accountability.
I mean, he's going a little bit extra. For me,
They don't
what
take
happens is
accountability.
it makes. If you've got a client that I've had plenty of clients I've made lose plenty of weight, but if you've got a client that as you've given them all the tools,
There's a lot of expectation,
And then-
you need to fix them.
yeah, and then they come back and go, well, I'm not. You know, what did you do? I'm here for you for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a week.
That's
There's a
very
whole load of
small
other
amount of
hours.
time.
Yeah.
You know, but I've even gone to clients' houses before and then just like randomly turned up and then said, let's have a look for your fridge. And let's have a look for your cupboards. And like, well, this is the
why.
reason. Do you know what I mean? So
Why you
for
look
me,
like that.
the other reason is most of my clients I deal with like more health rather than more
So like longevity. And
yeah, like trying to basically I train a lot of clients that are older just because I want them to feel younger. So my whole sell point, my unique selling point really is making older people feel younger.
Yeah,
that's
nice.
kind of
That's
what
good.
I do.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. USP.
so I know we have like 50s plus. They're also reliable. They've got more money than the 20-year-olds that want to lose weight.
Got more time.
More time. So
Guarantee this don't make it to the final cut.
I'm editing it. So no, but it's true though. And that's
You have to
so
be
then-
careful with your demographic. Like,
yeah, so and that way, but then also that feeling of like, okay, when you say, like you said, like some of my clients that like they came into me and they're like, oh, you know, I'm not, you know, they use the word old, and then I wind them up and then we have a laugh about things, and then before you know it, they feel young. Do you know what I mean? When they're running around my parkour gym and they're like doing vaults and stuff, then they're like, oh man, I didn't even know. I teach some of my clients. I have like 60-year-olds doing a wall flip.
That's fascinating.
And they're like, mate, I didn't think I could do this sort of stuff. That's
One of my
amazing.
favourite ever clients, and this is like when I first moved to Milton Keynes, her name was Fola. She was an old African lady, and I started training her. She was massive, and started training her, and then she came to me like a couple of months in, and she was just like, for the first time ever, I've been able to get on the floor with my grandchildren and play with my grandchildren. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's nice, man.
yo, like look, thinking about it now, goosebumps. Like it was so sick.
Because that's a life changing. Like,
Yeah, and I was
ability.
like, raw, like, I haven't really done much. I've stayed with you on a treadmill, like while you've been walking on a treadmill. We've done like a little bit of movement because I couldn't get on a squat rack or anything like that. So it was just increment movements and doing those kind of things. And she was like, yeah, I'm on the floor playing my grandchildren. I was like, that is so cool.
Yeah,
Like, that's, 100%. So, moves on to, I've got a scenario for you boys.
Alright then.
You ready for this?
Can't wait.
Don't come with your sarcasm.
I'm not.
Leave your sarcasm at the door.
Okay, actually, before we do that, we're going to pause for a second to do a little bit of a advertisement for the subscribe.
Oh, I didn't know where that was going.
Yeah, see, exactly. Right, so thank you very much, guys, for watching so far. But we have noticed quite a few of you that are subscribed that are watching the channel aren't subscribed. So if you haven't yet subscribed, pause the video there and just jump back on, hit subscribe, and then jump back into the video. Back to the video. Peace.
Here we are.
So, back to the video. Alright, you ready for it?
Oh boy, that's a lot of writing.
Oh no, it's quick. It's quick.
You know what he likes writing.
So I find this on a Facebook dad's group, yeah. My wife has always been incredibly busty and confident in showing her curves and cleavage. Even though she's a 32G, she's still happy removes her bikini top at more secluded beaches, especially when we're abroad, as she dislikes timelines. This has never bothered me and I'm proud of her body confidence. In fact, it excites me and makes me crave her, which my wife is well aware of and enjoys having that effect on me. Over the weekend, I was helping a friend build a deck and got home a bit earlier than expected. I went to the backyard and spotted both my wife and our 17-year-old daughter sunbathing topless. They waved at me and I quickly retreated inside, feeling awkward and slightly embarrassed. As you can imagine, our daughter has inherited her mother's genes, which probably made the situation even more uncomfortable. Later that night, I brought it up to my wife and she dismissed it, saying that they were just bonding and having fun, and I shouldn't worry or feel weird about it. I'm just unsure of how to approach this or if I'm overthinking it. Should I at least ask my wife to give me a heads up if they plan to do this again in the future so I don't walk in on it? Any advice or suggestions? What are you suggesting to the back?
Yeah, I think a little heads up, man. I definitely don't want to be seen. My daughter's naked in the damn bed in the garden. Don't want to see that.
I think exactly that.
That's weird as hell.
It's about boundaries. Like ultimately, cool, your partner takes her top off, you're cool with that because that's your partner. You have a romantic relationship, you see her body, you appreciate her body. With your daughter, that's essentially something that shouldn't be accessed like that or seen as or sexualized because that relationship is not that way.
Yeah.
So having boundaries is fine. Like communicate.
Horrified.
I am.
Yeah, honestly.
Do you know what it is though? Because my daughter is now like 16, isn't it?
So
That's why when it's
So for me,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, nah, I don't want to do that. That's
honestly.
that would.
So Jada's 16, yeah? She went to Cyprus the other day. If you found out she was sunbathing topless.
No, if you found out like that,
She can do that. Like, well,
I mean, she's
16.
She was with her mum, so if that's what
That's
she's
what they're
doing.
like. It's the same kind of.
No,
but
I
I know that's in the garden, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
no,
being
it is
witness
that-
to it is the
it's
problem.
The problem is the
Being
witnessing
witness
to it.
Like, do what you want. Like, your body, your rules, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'm
But I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
And I live in this house too.
Yeah.
So can you just let me know so I can...
Yeah. There should be like a sign on the door.
Yeah,
like,
we got our titties out. Yeah.
We take
And
it.
when you say,
And I'll be like, that's it.
when you say we,
I'm out.
who are we? Me and my friends. Cool, then I'm walking in. Me and my daughter, I'm walking away.
Exactly.
I'm not showing
Yeah,
her.
that's the bit that's weird. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't be dealing with that.
Because imagine if you're walking around the house naked and then your daughter and her friends come around and you're like, bro, I'm the one going to jail. Like, that's not appropriate.
17.
I'm the one going to jail. But still,
You're going to jail then,
now
isn't
to
it?
be fair, I've already made a rule in my head, like anything below 21 is just, no, nothing. You can't,
Okay.
never.
What the point is, like you say, is I couldn't be doing that. Like,
So that was on a Facebook. That was on a Facebook dad's group, and I was like, I actually don't even know how. My missus doesn't sunbathe topless anyway, so it wouldn't roll down that generation. It's like my missus would never take her bra off in public and all that stuff.
yeah.
She's that way inclined, so I don't
Not
think.
that you know of. When she's on holiday in her room, she's like,
Trust me, shit. Like, yeah, so I don't even, like, I don't know, because I don't have to experience, and also my daughters are very young at the moment.
I think the difference is, right?
But I walk around the house naked now, and like.
I walk around in my pants all the time.
No, I'm talking.
Yeah, I don't walk around that.
My core out and everything.
Yeah,
So,
but
like,
your kids are younger, and I think that's the bigger
So
thing.
I found it weird the other day. So I was having a piss, and Ivy came up. She's like, "You all right, Dad?" And then it's like talking to me, and I was like, "Ives, let me just finish my piss and peace. Like, she was just literally standing by the sink while I was having a piss. I was like,
yeah, boundaries,
but,
bro.
But now she's 11. I'm like,
Yeah, yes.
it's
Boundaries.
not. It's still not weird because she's my daughter, but at the same time, like now I'm finding it weirder because I
Just
shouldn't.
things at the dynamics.
Yeah.
Here's what's up though. With the problem with family dynamics, yeah, and it's been normalised for all of us, is that in families there's this like romanticisation of not having boundaries. There's this like really high regarded thing like, oh yeah, we do everything together. We like It's a really intimate setting. Like when you're younger, you have baths with your siblings and whatnot, like you whatever, and you see things that.
Not your bath, bro.
Not my. There ain't no one fitting in my bath with me, bro. I'm too big. But it's like.
Oh, I know where you were referring to.
Yeah, bare siblings.
Bare siblings.
Bare siblings. One of 14 guys, so you're in on the joke. That I know of, yeah? Dad's Jamaican. What is it? Ninja Man says? 23 baby mother. Real bad man. Yeah, that's my dad. Not Ninja Man.
I have one baby mother.
Oh, look, you're all proud.
Yes.
That we know of.
Them times in Mali. That's why, yeah, when this pod blows, I hit
You're like, I don't own no other children.
Stop! Just carry on, bro.
Camera here, camera there. What do you want to say?
This is giving me too much stuff to edit out.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
ain't editing any.
edit. I don't need editing.
Cut. He's like, leave it in. You leave it in, watch. Right, what'd you do? But boundaries in the household,
Yeah.
put it back, are so important. Like
He's so good, you know. Can he bring it back to a point?
I have to bring it back.
Especially with you. I mean, you ain't having that anymore.
Here we go again. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Boundaries in the household, people.
We need a mediator.
I'm here, baby. I'm here. I'm here.
Boundaries in the bedroom.
Boundaries in the bedroom. Relax, man. Relax. Wait. Boundaries.
There's no boundaries in my bedroom, boys.
Right. Hey, take 10.
He does pegging.
Take 11. Take 11. Take 12.
You said there's no boundaries, bro.
Oh my days.
Oh my.
It is hot. What's that candle saying?
It's getting hot. I know that much.
Yeah, boys.
Right,
That's
no,
you're
I
so
agree.
funny.
I agree. Boundaries in the house are massively important.
Yeah. Boundaries in the house. Well done. Boundaries in the house. Hella important. The thing is, when you've got daughters and when like there are mothers and sons, there's stuff that you do in the house when it's showing your partner. Calm. When you have kids, you have to normalise a level of having boundaries. Also, one of the issues I see as a counsellor between parents and their kids, obviously I'm speaking to the parents. They're coming to me with these issues. I have numerous clients who have had the issue manifest very differently, but they have like serious issues with codependence. Now, when you become a parent, a lot of your identity becomes, I am just a parent.
That's what I try and deviate away from. I don't want to ever just be
Just a parent.
my kid's dad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You are your own person. You are your own person, and you've been that person prior to being a dad, and you'll be that person throughout the whole time of being a dad, and that is multifaceted. You're a partner. You're like a PT. You're a podcast host. There's other things you are.
Loads of stuff.
You're loads of stuff, right? Yeah, you're bare so bold. You're loud.
Why have you got to do that?
Take 13. So there's lots of things you are, and a lot of mothers also get caught up in just being mothers. And one of their fears, a lot of mothers, their fear is that their kids are going to grow up and not need them because of codependence. And the thing is, what ends up happening to boundaries in the household is your kids then get away with asking and having everything handed to them. They have access to everything. You've got items in your room, like you might have aftershaves, deodorants, you might have money just sitting on the side, and your kids might just come in and help themselves to it, and that's not. And
No, but I know he's coming because this is weirdly enough. I was having this discussion earlier on with my girlfriend and about like the expectation of like kids and stuff, and you can suddenly the kids start to use that against you in a sense of like saying, you know, because you're so used to doing everything for them that actually then what happens is there's an expectation for you to do everything for them, and then you then feel bad because you're not doing everything for them. Do you know what I mean?
But this is us doing this. Like as parents, we're dictating the pace. We're creating the culture and building the blueprint. So if we do that, bearing in mind a lot of kids do lack the ability to be independent because they have been babied. That's what it's essentially called, being babied. You've not allowed your independence. When I was like, I started paying rent not because I was asked to pay rent. My mum's also a codependent parent. So she loves the idea of being a mum, but she doesn't see us as adults.
Yeah.
Like, she thinks we are worthless babies. But when I started paying the rent, I was paying her to not cook my meals. I was paying her to not put my washing on.
Yeah.
Like, I had to say, look, I need to stay the fuck out of my room. Like, I'm going to leave that shit as a tip, yeah? And when I come back, I want to see that damn tip there. And the fact that even in that role, bear in mind, I've always been quite emotionally intelligent. I recognise that. Like, I am a messy guy. So when I come home and feel I have to be responsible for helping my parent become less codependent, is a bit mad. But this is what ends up happening. Not only do you disable your children, it's not, sometimes the kindest thing to do is not be kind, right? And
cruel to be kind.
Right, and exactly that. It's like, okay, I'm not going to do these things for you, because actually you need to learn how to do them themselves. You learn more from your failings than you do your successes. And so if you give it a go and you fail, cool. Now you know what to do. And
That's what I say to my kids all the time.
Yeah.
And also, I'm lazy as well. So I'd rather teach them how to do something,
So you don't have to do it.
so I ain't got to do it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't want to have to do everything for my kids. I'm always like, I'll teach you how to do it, and then I'll be there every time that you want to learn how to do it. Like, if you still need me to show you, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want to have to do it for you. So, but my missus, guilty of just trying, she's like,
being kind.
no, it's just like,
I think women are generally,
I'll do it for you.
Women are generally want to be
I'm
more.
like, no, if you do it for her, then she's not going to learn how to do it. So, like,
But women are naturally more nurturing, and men are naturally, we're we're generally better at kind of going, this
Or
is...
being more assertive.
Yeah, being more assertive, or more like leading like, this is how we're going to teach them, right? Help better at teaching them that sense, whereas women want to teach them by showing them, like, and being kind and being loving. I think that's more, not always, but a lot of the time. I mean, I've done something recently in my house, right, this week. My kids are having an absolute nightmare, bless them. I've written down, because I came down, right, walked downstairs, I look in my bathroom, and they've got their own place, they've got their bathroom, so they've got their own pit to put their dirty wash in. And it's just like washing all over the floor. But there's 2 baskets that are empty, the washing baskets. I'm like, why are they throwing on the floor? Like, then I go downstairs, there's milk down on the side. I'm like, these guys are taking the piss, right? So this is what happens all the time. Like, you know, there's just a lack of respect in the house. So, and I'm like, they've now, obviously we've come for a split, so now they've kind of used that as a bit of a, okay, we can get away with certain things, and maybe I'm trying to be more kinder at certain stages, and so is my ex, and so, you know, they're using it as like, we can play off each other and stuff like that. So I was like, nah, done, that's it. So I basically written a rules, and there's violations, and basically what I've done is if they break a violation, like a small violation is one thing, that's like a 20-minute blackout.
No,
absolutely nothing electronic, not your phone, the light ain't even turning.
That's how you make kids crazy.
Yeah, full blackout for 20 minutes, and if they do a medium violation, is an hour, or 40 minutes to an hour, and then the third one is like a large violation, which is basically that's a day to a week, and that's them fighting. That's the only thing they can do, really. That's like if you're fighting, because my kids, Jada and Callum, like, they'd be punching up on each other, like they're both like proper fighting, and it's like watching Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee fight. My daughter's like got these legs that can kick in the head.
In my head. I was like,
honestly, my daughter can kick him in the head. My son's punching and she's kicking. It's crazy. But anyway, so I put this all in place, and so that now creating all these boundaries, and I've put some rules in place, and I've had to kind of, and they're like, what? This is crazy, sort of thing. And then my son has gone back to his mum's, moaning about it. I knew he would. He's like, you know, Dad's done all this stuff. He's gone back and moaned about it, right? Brilliant. As I said to my ex, I was like, oh yeah, she said, oh yeah, Callum was telling me about your violation thing. I was like, oh yeah, basically it's like, I told her what it was, and she's like, oh yeah, send it to me, I'm going to do it. So we actually had a really good conversation.
That's really collaborative. Yeah.
No, she did. Honestly, we had a good conversation for like a good hour and a half, where we were talking about, to both of us pushing to do stuff for, like, to push the kids in the right direction. Yeah, and she was like, yeah, I'm going to do that at mine. So now she's taken. So my son thought you could go back to. He said to her, right? He said, since when did Dad have the authority in your house, Mum? And fair play to her, right? She said, fair play. She said, he doesn't. He has authority over you, though. And it's like, fair play.
I'll rate that. Big up, Nick.
That's what I said.
So much, but
she might.
Should do, because we talk about it.
Actually, don't watch that.
Naturally, every episode.
But you know, it was good. It was a good, like you say, the boundaries, but also having the boundaries that, having parental boundaries that extend out of the house and into a co-parent in the household.
Yeah, that's really good.
And that's, I think,
that's how, if you do unfortunately break up, how it should be done.
Yeah,
because
that's how
ultimately, your mum and dad, your kids
that
are.
didn't change. Yeah.
Yeah, your kids are a co-product of you. So when I take my kids out, I say to them, listen, it's all well and good, yeah, if you go out, but every time you leave this house, you're a representation of me. So if you fuck up, you're making me look like a dick. So just know, if you make me look like a dick, it's coming on problems for you.
good though that it doesn't work both ways, because I feel sorry for the kids otherwise.
Yeah, you're representing your kids, you know.
What, D, why are you doing that?
Oh boy. I feel for your kids.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
He said that.
I ain't got a mic, so I don't know if the mic's picking
That's picking you up, bro.
Oh shit. Anyway, how you doing, bro? You good?
No.
You drink your water.
I need cancel off because of you.
Yeah, 20 sessions. It's back onto the family boundaries as well. One thing that is being lost, because it is this culture of almost wanting to be liked, because there's such a individualism in the culture now that we live in, where it's all about us, and the feeling of community is being lost. Back in the day, you used to have parents that said, I'm not your friend, I'm your parent. And that was a very distinct thing. And now everyone's like, I can be both. I'm your parent and your friend. And now a lot of parents are just friends. I'm just your friend. Like, you're not my nanny, but I'm your friend.
Yeah.
And I feel like what's being lost it's the boundaries. It's the boundaries. Like, I want to be friends. I want to go out. I want to get to know your friends. I've got clients now who are still managing relationships between their exes and their current parents, because although they have split, neither the ex-partner or the parents are respecting the boundaries of the individual. And it's like, listen, whilst I'm processing and I'm recover, I'm trying to heal from something that's very hurtful for me, and I understand it's hurtful for you, and obviously this is the counterpart of that relationship that fell apart. But I can't keep having my head, walk in my house, sit having a tea with my mum, and I'm stuck somewhere else in the house feeling resentful, and I can't talk to my mum about it because she's talking to this person.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is because boundaries are lost, and the individuals, the parents, are prioritising their own feelings and their own fears, because this is something parents do. Obviously, I'm not a parent myself, so it's more something I hear anecdotally and understand through observation, is that we have a tendency to try and protect people from our fears. As kids, we're trying to give our kids the things that we didn't have. But not just the things that we didn't have, particular things that we wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, we did a lot of shit, but there's a set few things that we're like, I want to make sure my kid has the freedoms, or all the fresh trainers, or at least access to this or that, because that's not what I had.
See, I know that, because I know even like certain people will say, you know, I would never do that because my mum did that to me, or I would never do
And
that.
that's usually the
And
type, yeah.
I've actually kind of found that I've gone the opposite way of that. I'm like, man, I want my kids to grow up with the way my mum treated, the way my mum did things, because I'm realising now there's like so much benefit in that. Like certain things that my mum did, I'm thinking, my mum will come round and she'll be like, why are you letting these lot do this? And I'm like, that's a good point. It's like, no. Like, yeah, why am I? And she comes over to me all the time. She's like, these lot should be doing that. And I'm like, I know they should. And I'm like,
tell them.
I know exactly. You know, you just parent them then. please.
Your mum, you're their mum.
Exactly. I'm not ready to be a parent.
It's a village raised a child.
Just like a village raised child.
And that's what I'm thinking. I think, you know, so really off piece, but elephants, right? So after a certain amount of years, obviously all women can't have babies after a certain amount of years, right? But elephants, they stop having babies at say 30 years old. I don't know what the actual age is, but they stop having babies. Where in most of like the lions and stuff like that, if you stop having babies, then you start to fall away from the pride, and then they'll eventually let you just drift away and die. But with elephants, what they do is they actually protect the grandmas. The grandmas act and teach the parents, and they keep the great grandmas and the great grandmas, and they keep hold of them and they look after them. And even if it means they all starve as a unit, they starve as a unit because they have a massive importance for the grandparents. And I think actually it's probably one of the things we've missing. Like you said about throwaway culture, we're quick to throw away our own families and our own parents.
But that's why I rate the like Asian and mainly Asian like communities, because like they don't go into care homes. The Asians come into the house and then the family. It's the family's responsibility to look after their elderly and the grandparents. And I noticed it's very English culture where they're just like
Very West culture.
What? Nan's getting old. Fuck off to a carer.
Yeah, get her in a care.
And it's like that's not the way you should be out. You should be looking after. Although I'm saying this, my mum's going in the care.
Yeah, man.
I know my own mum.
Yeah, man.
No,
do you know what it
I'm
is?
joking, mum.
I think you should watch
My mum's already tried booking my upstairs, my room. She's like, I'm having your room. I'm like, what gives you the room? What gives you the right to my room?
No, I'll be like, no, you'll be old as fuck. You can't get up all them
you
stairs.
can't go. You stay downstairs.
Yeah.
In the garage.
In the
That way, the kitchen there, the toilet's downstairs.
Yeah.
She's calm.
That's true.
Yeah, man.
That's true.
That's
Mum,
how you should sell it.
Mum, AJ's already told you, you can move into the garage.
Yeah, man. But it'll be
Close to the kitchen.
We're calling it the annex.
You can set you up a little bathroom in there.
Yeah. Bucket. Yeah.
She'll love that. She'll love that.
She'll love that.
She watches every part.
Let your kids do whatever they want. run around doing madness.
If you were my mum, I'd move you upstairs. Man.
Give her a lift.
Just pick her up every time. It's like
Right.
the culture. I think the culture around looking after our elderly. The things with elephants are sick, and it's because they do value generational knowledge they teach. I don't know if it's similar amongst orcas, but they also share knowledge, and so I think they value people or the individuals in their communities as knowledgeable. And I think, like you said, that throwaway culture, I feel like we look at our relationships as transactional. I think that's a big problem now.
That's what we spoke about with the divorce law as well.
Yeah.
With Ellie.
It's about what value can I get out of
It's
it.
a very throwaway culture, and the fact that relationships aren't lasting as long anymore.
Yeah.
And the introduction of social media I think is a massive contributing factor, because you're always like
There's always something to do.
Yeah, you're always looking at what's out there. But thankfully I grew up before the age of social media, so I know that Susan over there don't look like that. She just
the filters exist.
Through that,
filters
mate.
in the
Filters
Photoshop.
crazy,
And on the profile,
I'm not saying names, but
You said
Dan was showing me, my missus was showing me a picture of this girl. She's like, oh yeah, she's struggling to find a date. She's on all these social media dating apps. And I'm like, because she's putting out a false fucking recognition of herself. She was like, oh yeah, she photoshopped that, she photoshopped that. She didn't look nothing like how she looked in the picture. So how you gonna go to a date being like, oh yeah, this is me, but then that's you.
Imagine you turned up to a date, right? Imagine you turned up to a date and like you met this girl, and then you've kind of got all this fake stuff on. You get yourself a suit, you hired a Lamborghini, hired all this stuff.
Wow,
Imagine you do all this, right? And then she's thinking, man, this guy's rich, you know. I'm well in here. And when you go out, when you start going out with her, you're like, yeah, I've got no money whatsoever. I only did that. I only did that.
Yeah, borrowed my boy's car.
Exactly. And then you're literally poor. She'll be like, out, I'm out. But yet, in a sense, women tend to do that with the fate of the. That's actually not just women these days, because weirdly men.
filters are everywhere, man.
They are, and when men are wearing makeup,
No, bollocks like that.
that's crazy.
I ain't got time for all that stuff.
The old rugged look,
No,
man. Got some greys coming through. It's all right.
I feel like
You wear makeup?
do you know what makeup was made for men?
What?
Back in the day, men it was men who were wearing makeup.
No.
And also in other cultures, it was like makeup
Crazy.
wasn't a cosmetic thing. It was like
It's like a war
almost-
paint.
You had war paints. They were a type of makeup, but you also had like regal like accessories. So like if you're someone of high regard, people would wear makeup. So it wasn't about like who is it? It's like I think it might even be Victorians. Geishas.
Yeah.
They wore like light paint because they wanted a light in their complexion. You
Yeah.
had like
Didn't they?
Victorians. They also did something similar.
That's whiteface. Came out before
Egyptians.
blackface.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Blackface.
Whiteface was worse.
Blackface could technically like be war paint, I guess. But that's because they're trying to look scary.
Do you know a crazy thing about that, right? Just I'm not telling the story, right? A lot of black people think that when you're in the army, you probably that they don't need to wear.
It takes some of the contours if you want.
Yeah, well, it's not just it's black people
skin.
shine more. Their
Yeah,
skin
matte
shining.
skin,
Like,
yeah.
look, you shining. Right? Black people shining up.
Glowing
innit?
boy. Glowing.
But yeah, so people always think, oh, no, I'm dark. I don't get seen in the dark, but unless
Yeah,
you
you
shine
do,
light,
you glow, motherfucker.
you glowing.
Glow, motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh.
And glow is it's a complimentary.
YouTube, come with me this episode. So, bullying, YouTube. Check us out.
We'll be there.
He won't. He's invited. No, I'm
I hope so, bro.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking over. Mark, welcome to the LP and Royal podcast. Our guest AJ.
Bro.
Yeah.
Guess AJ.
Take 40.
Take your ass home.
That's so funny.
So, go on. What were you going to say?
I was going to say we're probably pretty much done with what we were talking about.
Was there any?
So,
yeah, we have sick conversations, boy.
yeah, I know. But going back to more of a serious note, have you got like mental health? Like obviously very serious now. Mental health. What would you say is the most common thing that you see in terms of men's mental health and the severity of it?
I think what's mad with men's mental health is, I think ultimately it is the lack of support and the lack of like leaning into support. So those two things. One, I don't feel like there's enough support out there for men's mental health. Although men make up 3 or 4 suicides in the UK, I think it's only about 40%, if that, get to the NHS talking therapies. So they're the only ones going in. It's like the leading cause of death for men under 35 years old. And yeah, contrary to belief, it's not that men experience more mental health diagnoses or like friction. Women experience more of that, but the lack of support is what leads to it becoming an alarming thing.
Do you think it's a lack of support per se, or do you think it's a lack of men reaching out for that support?
So it's, like I said, leaning on that support as well. And I think that's due to, like, that's a separate thing, and I think that's due to societal pressure, because we've created this culture that strength looks like quiet. Or the loud kind of strength looks like anger and rage and passion. It doesn't look like love and care and connection. It doesn't look like crying. Like, I'm a massive advocate for crying, because crying literally is stress leaving your body. In your tears, there are stress hormones. So your body is literally chucking out stress. It's like, fuck stress. This is how we do it. And when we get stressed...
Is that the same with you peeling onions? Sorry.
Such a dick.
Yeah, if you need any support, peel an onion. Take 15. Boy. Yeah, well actually I don't know. If you, back on, let's rewind that take. If you do peel onions, I don't know if the contents of your tears in those moments do contain the same hormones. I'm going to Google that. I'm going to check that out. Because that might be a thing. I'm going to start an onion club.
Exactly. Just be peeling onions.
Yeah, okay, I feel so much better. No, because they suck. It burns your eyeball. Anyway, digression. Take 16. I feel like, yeah, well, as men, we avoid crying at any given opportunity. Think about how much stress we're choosing to hold in.
I happily say that I don't, like, I hate the thought of crying myself. Like, so I would hold that shit in all day to
now look,
grave.
I don't.
All that stress.
Why are you doing
That's you didn't cry enough. Keep this in.
You trying to make me cry now? Is that what you're doing?
Yes! Breakthroughs. Cool. Okay, if you do that, yeah, those 10 sessions are free. And you're like, wow.
Listen, I've done acting classes, bro. You know what? I went to an acting class and there was this really overly camp guy there, like, I ain't going back. I can't do it.
Why? Because it is too much of an annoying energy.
This is the days, yeah, when it's like,
okay.
no, like, before the whole, everything was rainbows and everything was LGBTQ, IWF, all them things there. So, like, I was like 13, 14, and I was like, oh, I want to do acting. So I went to this drama class, and there was this really overly camp dude, and I was like,
what's overly camp?
I ain't doing impressions, bro, but he was like
mad flamboyant.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I'm out.
I don't understand. I've got nothing against, like,
I've got nothing against,
but I don't understand why
when you're 13,
the change happens of like I knew a guy that was just like a normal dude, just carried on his, and then he came out as being gay, homosexual, whatever, right? Same dude, but now he's changed his voice, and now he's like walking around, and I don't understand that part. Like, by all means, yeah, definitely. By all means, do your thing, man. You do you, or somebody, whatever. But
what is he talking about now?
I don't know. It's just like very feminine. Like, it's just. Well, why are you trying to make me act out? I didn't do acting school like you. No, you didn't because your gay guy was there.
I won one class.
You quit because the gay guy was there.
No, but I was 13, bro. I was scared of him.
Yeah, I suppose I can see that. But
Like 13, and you're growing up in an all very male-dominated society. So I was like, I went to an all-boys school, and probably it weren't cool to be to be gay in it. So yeah, you like that, innit? So
self-censorship.
I like that.
So like, it weren't cool. And then I was like, nah, I can't be going back there because I don't know.
Because you were so like, for you, I think you've always had this thing. We talked about this in early episodes of like you've had a real identity crisis from young, and your version of what a man is. You've had to make that up because you've kind of not had that male role model. So it's the same with you because of that. I find that you tend to overdo a lot of things. So like you'll overdo being black, you'll overdo being everything because you don't know, because you never had that.
What are you trying to send for me now, bro?
I'm not. I'm just saying. Generally speaking, you have like it's a bit of an identity crisis, and you don't know. Your culture, you didn't grow up with that same Caribbean culture in the same way, so therefore you don't know what it is to be that, so therefore you overdo it, you overcompensate. And I think that sometimes with like you don't want to be gay, so you've seen this masculine thing of like
hyper-masculinity.
Yeah, so I think you overdo it a lot, whereas I think
he was the only brother in this class, innit? And he was overly camp, so I was like, no, I'm good. So I never went back, and that was and I ain't seen him on TV, so clearly he didn't make it.
Or he's acting real straight right now, and it's really convincing.
Yeah.
So?
Or he's acting real straight right now, and it's really convincing.
Yeah, or maybe he's actually a full female now. You would never know. Maybe
we're going into a whole different topic.
We're not delving into that because I actually think this conversation was really interesting because I think it actually contributes to the point I was making around like men not accessing care. It is because of that trying to establish an understanding of what it is to be a man. Like, I don't know why, because both genders do it, men, women, I say both, all genders do it, where they're trying to fulfill this role perfectly. Oh, I need to be a man. What does a man look like? Oh, hairy chest, this, cut logs, whatever, screams, footballs, whatever, right? And it's like, actually, everything is subjective, and this is where the balance needs to be established, because I was talking about that individualism in our culture, where it's actually damaging the feeling of community. I feel like, actually, and you said about social media, that accessibility, the nature of transactional relationships, I feel like we're so caught up on ourselves that we forget that other people exist, other people's ideas exist, people have studied these things, there's data out there, and we are still trying to get everything right ourselves. And even as men, we're still trying to establish what it is to be a man. Listen, you're a man, and you're a man, and there's fuck all you can really, like, you are a man. Like, however you look, show up, whatever you like. Like, for me, I've always been emotionally intelligent. Back in the day, that wasn't really cool. Like, even to this day, people ask me if I am gay because of how I talk about feelings and the kind of things I talk. And I'm like, no, gay or not, who really cares? Like, even gay men are men. And it's not like they're combating what being a man is. What they're combating is our idea of masculinity. Because they're doing more effeminate things. And it's like, actually, do what you want. Who cares, man?
Yeah, and it's true. And I am on that saying I don't really care what you do. I just don't understand where the change comes in. Like, if you always acted that way, but I suppose the change comes in when they feel comfortable that maybe they've always wanted to be that way, and now the changes come in because they're now confident enough to be that way.
It could very possibly be.
I just don't that's the part. I'm just a bit like, it's crazy because like some people you see that are just like, but maybe they put on this fake masculinity, but it's when it kind of like you go into that really flamboyant. And it's like it feels like an act. It feels like an act to me. But maybe the act was actually them being the boisterous boy playing football. Maybe that was the act to them. So.
I fully understand where you're coming from, because it is interesting that a lot of women who identify as like lesbian may adopt more masculine features, and then men who identify as like homosexual, gay, adopt more of like feminine features. And it's like, actually, is it that those are more authentic for them, and that actually in their expression of their sexuality they're also expressing these things? Or is it rather than being correlative, like, oh, you're gay and you're flamboyant or camp, is it actually, are you flamboyant and camp because you are gay? Or are you gay because you're flamboyant and camp? Are they linked? Or are they just two separate?
Well, I know a guy who sometimes watches this, he might watch it, and he is in the TV world, and my kids laugh because every time he calls me, he's like, hello, sausage. He literally calls me sausage. Hello, darling. And he recently, I went to his wedding a few years back, and he got married, and then at his wedding, his best men like put in their speech, we're really surprised that he's getting married to a woman. That's what they did. They paused to a woman because he's so camp in that sense. But he's straight. He's got a wife. He's a straight guy. He's just very. He's a good friend of mine. He's a very good friend of mine. And he's. But again, it's not. I'm not against that flamboyancy or anything like that. I'm not against that at all. I don't understand when people change themselves like that. That's the part.
It's just masking, I guess.
But I suppose it is. Yeah, of course.
It's just masking. I reckon. I don't like. For me, I grew up with a auntie who was a lesbian. She was a very butch woman. She was hilarious, and she used to take me into spaces where her friends were, who were also like gay or lesbian. And so I met some like massive dudes who you wouldn't be able to tell were gay if you were judging them by that kind of perception, and also lots of other men who you could tell. Like, it was very apparent they wore it in their expression of like self-expression. And for me, it was always normalised. It wasn't until I got to school that I didn't realise how many people had a problem with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, alright, cool, calm. When I was a kid, I was like, I might be bi, man, because I like boys, innit? Like, boys are cool. Girls are cool.
You like him?
Yeah, I like him. But then, obviously, I wasn't looking at it in a sexual context. I was just like, oh, disposition. You just like people. How old am I now? 33.
Okay.
So
I think that's true, though, because, I mean, again, I think a lot of time, and I think massively with kids, this is why I don't necessarily agree with, like, changing genders of younger kids, because so many kids out there think that they're gay or think that they're like bisexual or whatever, just because they think, well, yeah, I'm.
Because they're impressionable and it's.
No, not just that they're impressionable, but like I love my boys. Do you know what I mean? I love, mate. I hang out with my boys. I love my boys, and and then they're like, maybe I'm gay then because I love this guy. But what we talked about before, there was one. Love is in several different things, right?
The relationships are different.
The relationships, exactly. So therefore, I think that some people get confused, and I think that's why I don't necessarily agree with. Like, by all means, if you need to change, but that needs to happen like later on.
Yeah, if you're a consenting adult.
Yeah, because I think that's the most important thing. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these people are changing and stuff, and then being like, okay, what the hell? Or maybe I changed too soon. There's a lot of people that are changing back because want to change back or whatever it is because they actually just they didn't want to be a female. They just actually quite like playing football. Do you know what I mean, or whatever it is?
Yeah, like tomboys as well.
Yeah, exactly that, and that's worrying. Do you know what I mean?
We have gone well off subject.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't, because ultimately we're talking about man cave and
some of the perceptions men have.
Yeah, and I think it's about perceptions, but also I imagine that there's people that are coming into to talk to you guys that are probably going through some of these kind of thoughts, and these are all thoughts that men have, you know. So
and just normalising them, I think, is important, and I think that's the greatest thing that Man Cave does. Is it normalises the everyday thoughts, but also normalises a space to be vulnerable. Because again, some of those men who were trying to figure out what it is to be a man thought that not being vulnerable was part of it, and so they don't access the care, the support that's there.
Yeah,
and then even regardless of whether it's a small objective issue, the way it feels to them is something that they can't deal with because one, they don't feel like they're allowed to. Two, they don't think they have the access to the support. And that will just compound and turn into something bigger. So, yeah, even thoughts like we were just talking about then, like obviously we talk about sexuality and perceptions of it, but there are lots of men out there who still don't know how to act around that kind of thing. It's like, mate, we're all people at the end of the day.
It's true.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add?
No. I'm happy.
Yeah.
You happy?
I'm very happy.
No,
sure.
It was. It was a pleasure talking to you, man.
Always is,
so
man.
so much to talk about. I know we kind of went off topic at points and stuff like that, but I think that's really important for what we're talking about. Is actually the point is that it's talking, isn't it? Opening up and having our opinion out there. So it's really nice. It's been a pleasure chatting to you, man.
Man.
That's bro.
I appreciate you both, man.
Even though you could have sent for me that whole episode.
You definitely got sent for a little bit.
Why you as well? You
Stop being a person. No, I'm just kidding.
see what I mean?
Come to Safe space.
Do you want to plug? Do you want to do your plug for your?
Yeah, I appreciate you.
So talk about the meetings themselves, like when they are, that kind of stuff.
Cool. So with the Man Cave, if it weren't clear, what essentially it is just a gathering of men, all of us on, there's no hierarchy. You got the people who facilitate the meeting and those who support in that, but ultimately you show up, everyone is welcome. You have 2 meetings in Milton Keynes, Monday, Thursday, one in Unity Place, that's the Monday one, one in a place called Challenge House, that's on Thursday. You have one in Northampton, which is in Wootton Cafe, that's on a Tuesday. Don't quote me, go online, find the details. You've also got one in Bedford, which is on Thursday, which is in Lakeview Community Centre, I think. Again, don't quote me, go on the internet, all the information's there. And a new one in Toaster, I'm not going to tell you where that is, go on the internet and find it. They're all welcome spaces, they all have different extracurricular bits as well, cold plunges, yoga, you've got drum sessions in Milton Keynes where you get to learn how to play the drums, play guitar. We've got cold plungers are coming back. They did get cancelled because the guy who was running them did unfortunately leave, but actually he's evolving in his journey. So sometimes having that community there is what you need. Sometimes actually you need to go find your own way. But both of them honour you, and as long as it's right for you, there's no harm. We are just one tool of many. Speak to your friends, speak to your family, speak to your partners. You've got so much support there. The only challenge is you don't know how to access it yet. Come to us, learn. The Man Cave.
Sounds good.
Yo, done that before, innit?
Never in my life.
Damn, son.
Yeah,
Right, well that's the end. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Once again, please like and subscribe to the episode. And take a look at some of our other videos. So we've got other episodes we've talked about in this episode as bully, because we constantly bully an AJ today, just for today.
It was all part of the marketing.
Yeah, we're just using it as marketing thing. Yeah. And last week we've just released our mental health episode as well, and then we've got the divorce episode, which has been doing really, really well. So with the divorce lawyer and our first lady guest.
Oh, I think I see it. Yeah,
it's good. It's a good episode. Right, that's the end. Thank you very much. Peace.